This is Brian Charging Cloud, and welcome to the KILI Storytelling Hour. We come up here every evening from 5 to 6, and we bring you a story, uhunkanka. We touch on education, and always the Lakota language. Atona narupanakavena. Le machpia atchak pimietcha lechi tmuskakchiwahi naha ampetu yamani cha mazashkashka zapta eta mazashkashka shakpe waheha boyake ohunkanka ukaka onanaku wonspe onanaku gonastakun wonach onjinauchum hatanaku heyuna yeyam Ona ohinia de Lakota ya pikile ivonglak. Ota tona naroptana kapena lila pilang ya. Na tona chankul na yam wanalehan na wash chanun yagalapi. Tao manipo na anaroptan kapo. Ontale 90.1 etaham kupelo KILI. Na 88.7 miniluzaha. KILIradio.org over the internet. So welcome all you listeners, and we'll let my nephew tell about himself.
Thank you, Lexi Brian, and want to thank KILI Radio and Hercules back there for allowing me to be here and have my voice heard on KILI Radio. I'd like to thank the Lakota Nation, and that I am proud to be Lakota, and I am extremely proud to be here on Pine Ridge. We're winding the school year down at Chankpe Opia, Iowa. We have one more day left. We have a kindergarten graduation tomorrow, and in-service on Friday. And then 3 days next week, and we're pretty much done for the summer. But I didn't think the year would go by as fast as it did, but here we are at the end of the year. The weather really doesn't seem like it, but it's I think it's going to snow or rain or maybe even both. But I know the sun won't be out, so I don't. It's a dreary start to the summer, but the sun will eventually come out. So. We can look forward to that.
I want to thank KILI too, and then my nephew Hercules. Yes, we are coming to a close at Wandene School. We only have tomorrow.
Yep.
As I was walking out the building today, someone said we only have 4 more hours left tomorrow.
It's down to hours now.
Yeah, it's down to hours now, which is, it's been a long year, and we have a lot of ups, but we have a lot of downs, but I think they all even out.
Oh.
And we all made it. And we're looking forward to another year. In another, I don't know how many days, but
right.
We're not going to count those days.
No.
So I want to say congratulations to all the graduates, not only in Wandene, but all the schools. There's like 9 K-8 schools and 4 high schools here on this reservation.
Yep.
And we have, I don't know how many K schools we have in Rosebud, but in Todd County they have 1 school, and then Cheyenne River they have Butte and Takini and Teoshpai Topa.
We went up there that one day with Tui Karen, and we went by what was it, Rapid City Central. Yeah. There's a lot of Lakota students up there.
I heard there's something like 2,000, close to 2,000 students.
That's amazing.
They can have their own high school there. Someday.
Yeah. All the Lakota language, 9 through 12.
So, a lot of good things happened during the year. Like in Chankpeopi, we have our language project. And We always use the word immersion. Sometimes it's hard, but we started. We didn't wait for anybody,
right.
And we wanted to do that. We started, and we completed 1 year. So we have 1 year under our belt. We have the first graders and the kindergarten first graders
right.
finished this year. So this coming school year, we will have those first graders will be second graders, and then we'll have the first graders, and then we'll have some new kindergartners.
If we can implement the summer Lakota studies, Lakota language immersion camp, I guess, for lack of better words, this summer. If you look at that, that's 8 weeks.
That's, I think, June and July.
June and July,
yeah.
4 weeks in each month. And then if you look at that, if you do that over a 4-year period, I mean,
yeah.
that's a whole extra school year.
No, that camp. Right now the Mazda sky is pretty tight.
Everywhere.
So, everywhere. So we might just do it on voluntary. we may have to just volunteer.
Right.
But we don't know. We might have a windfall. How do you want to say it? Anyway.
Win the lottery.
Win some lottery. And we'll just go ahead and do it.
He's got all the money. Maybe we can get Hercules to fund that this summer.
Yeah.
He has more money than he knows what to do with.
But we made a plan, and we are going to do it. And we might limit the. We won't take all the kindergarten.
Right.
We won't take all the first graders, but we will have a summer session.
Mm.
And before I forget it, too, I want to say good evening to Chuck. If you're listening, he.
Out there in Martin, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe he's on his way back now. And Tim, very hard worker. And Tom, if you're listening, we miss you in Wounded Knee.
Yeah.
I think he's over in Pine Ridge.
He's running around somewhere over there.
Yeah. And of course, Marilyn, she does the oil seeds.
Mm-hmm. One other shout out I'd like to give is to Anderson University from Indiana. They came to Chunk POP. Mm-hmm. There's a group of 9.
Yeah, about
9 or 10 IT students with a professor that are at Chunk POP right now. And they're putting in 10, 11-hour days, going through all of our every computer, laptop, even your printers. They're going through everything. Cleaning up everything, installing new programs. We talked yesterday about that. If we were to hire an outside company, that would be a lot of money. So, in that we got lucky. We had Emily Clark was a volunteer at our school through YouthWorks. That's where she goes to school, getting her master's degree is at Anderson University in Indiana. And she hooked up with them, and that's kind of like a gift from her.
Yeah.
Which is, I was trying to think, how big this really is. They're paying everything out of their own pocket to be here. So that's, and they expect nothing in return but conversation, and they're teaching us how to use the Promethean board with the Active Inspire. Giving us classes on that. Absolutely. It's you really can't put it into words. What they're actually doing, and they're great students. The professor's great. So I just wanted to send a shout out to them and tell them thank you for what they're doing. So
for the short time we had yesterday, I think we all learned a lot. And they're leaving Wednesday, but before they leave Wednesday, we're going to have, I think Friday will be all day.
Yep.
Hopefully Monday and Tuesday will be all day. And this Promethean, that's going to be very, very, I don't know how to really describe it, but it's going to be very helpful for the Lakota language too.
Mm-hmm.
And this will all be on this, it all goes on the, you can access it through the internet. And whatever we put on there is for real.
Mm-hmm.
And we call it Iteshnia or Hechetu in the Lakota language. It's real. Something that's real and something that's, if we have to change it, we can always change it. But everything we put in there, we try to be, what is it, the word? Correct.
Correct.
So, but we can always use help.
Exactly. That's the thing with the Promethean is it's there's things you can change. You can change it at the create lesson plans on it at the drop of a hat. Something that would take you on paper. Plus making copies and handing it out to the students. You can almost make a quiz as you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like watching if you watch the weather or news on CBS or ABC. It seems that you can just touch it and move it over here, or move it out of the picture and put different things in there, change it, make it spin or make it different colors.
Changing
whatever
pages.
You want to do.
That's just one touch. You can change an entire page instead of on a whiteboard where you have to erase it and then rewrite it.
Yeah.
Just absolutely amazing.
And it's going to be very it's going to create a lot of interest for the students too.
Because we have eggs, multiple choice with just little pieces of
so
like a game console thing.
Yeah. So again, thank you to the
Anderson
University for this what is it, technical help.
Oh.
Everything is technology.
Yes, it is.
So thank you. And once again, I like to say, when we come back next week, all these graduations will be over. So I just want to say congratulations to all of the graduates on the Oglala Nation.
Just Head Start,
Head Start, all the way to 12th grade.
8th grade, 12th grade.
The Oglala Lakota College.
College, yes, most definitely. Yeah. That's what
just keep going.
We should all aspire to. So.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else we forget? We didn't come for 2 weeks. I think. I didn't watch my body, so I had to go to the doctor.
Go to the doctor.
Those 2 days, on Wednesdays. And now I do have one article here that has that. I have something here. Okay, when I was on May 4th, that was on Wednesday afternoon. I was at the Black Hills Orthopedic. And while I was sitting there waiting, I picked up this magazine that is called the Home and Away. And inside that article, there was an interview with George W. Bush. I think he was the 43rd president of the United States. And here's what and they asked him some questions. And he had one advice, and he said advice to seniors, that's the elders, or anybody, could be anybody. He said, first and foremost, take care of your body. And then there was another one, second one. He said, I am helping somebody else. It could be your grandchild. It could be your students.
Mm-hmm.
Like you help them with math,
right,
reading, respect. So the first part where it says take care of your body could be like, for me, like I thought my legs were going to hold for many, many years.
Right.
But you never know.
One accident.
Just one little step and you hurt your knee. And,
there is a kind of a difference with that, though, than, smoking. That's an intentional.
Yeah.
Drinking, that's intentional. That's intentionally doing those things. Not really thinking it's affecting your body. But, an accident is an accident. And that's the thing is, you can't help others if you can't help yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if you're laid up in the hospital bed.
I think what he meant there was to take care of your body and then in your life help somebody.
Uh-huh.
And like right now, we all help someone. It might be just within your family.
Your family.
Yeah, or maybe at school, or maybe at work, or maybe in the community. And just help somebody, and it could be teaching them to read, or teaching them to write, or telling, or maybe just talk about health, like the first part where you said take care of your body. It means to maybe walk every day, or or eat the right. Don't drink too much. Like you always hear, Pine Ridge Hospital, they have a very good diabetes program, and they always say exercise and watch what you eat, diet, like that. So there's a lot of things in there, and your body goes through a lot of miles, a lot of stress, a lot of you put a lot of miles on your feet, your eyes, everything, your knees, your arms, your shoulders, and then that actually in your mind too.
Oh yeah.
See, so
starts breaking down.
So. Chuck, if you're listening, take care of that body.
Yeah, exactly. that guy.
Yeah. He is pretty healthy. He is, and as we grow older too.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting older, and I need to eat the right food, and then exercise.
Yep.
And then take care of your mind. They say that if you read and if you do even stay on if you have a computer, get on the computer and play solitary.
Yeah.
You activate, or maybe keep your mind activated.
Yep.
It's so that's pretty good. And then the other another thing he said was he said, don't be a grumpy old guy sitting around and yelling at people and demanding things. And I don't know what I get from there is as an elder, I don't want to sit around, like he said, don't sit around and yell at people or demand things. Just because you're older, you can still help yourself.
Yes.
And you don't have to yell at people. You don't have to say this is wrong or that's wrong. And sometimes we do that, especially even in the Lakota language.
Yeah.
We will say don't do that because that's sacred. And then we scare people. Say, I better stay away from there because I might, it's too sacred.
Right.
Yeah. Or we might say, no, that's not spelled right. That's not spelled right, like we did this afternoon.
Yeah.
The people, when people try, just say, well, it should be like this in a nice way. Because we're all learning. And the Lakota language is, it's never been written. We don't have no dictionaries. We don't have no lesson plans. We don't have no books that those other people like the consortium.
Yeah.
They make a lot of books. Yeah. But for us Lakota, we don't have that right now. So I think that's. I'd like to share that. Okay, so but just be gracious or graceful, help each other. I think that's what he meant.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I think I said this before, just because you're an elder don't mean that you know everything.
Right.
Because you learn, and then there's a limit. And when you get to that limit, and you know yourself, and you get to that limit, and after that, you need to ask, or you can say, "I don't know."
Yeah. A lot of it is pride, or whatever it is. There's even elders out there. But I'm
not saying that all of us elders are like that. So it's just what we just want to share that, and I do that.
Yeah,
if I don't know something, then say, "I don't know. I need to ask somebody else," and I do that. I might call. As old as I am, I have a Likshi, Mr. Apple, and I get on the phone and ask him, or I might ask Gerald. Or Richard. There's people out there that you can say, "Is this, right?" So
you never stop learning.
You never start learning, and we all need to share. The other one is. When he said was plan, a life plan. Now, when you do this, and this is for the younger people, like say you're 18 years old, and you made yourself a life plan, and you think you will just stay on that road and become no. It could It says here, you will be surprised and disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
So, just have an open mind.
Because that was one thing that was in a movie, actually. That's the thing is, we'd all be firemen, we'd all be NASA engineers, we'd all be astronauts walking on the moon. No, it's not. Those are dreams. And dreams are attainable. But the thing is that... sometimes, like me, I've always wanted to be a teacher, always. Since I was when I was in grade school. I wanted to be a teacher. I looked up because I thought they were the smartest people in the world. Honestly, and I wanted to be the smartest person in the world right along with them. But life took me different roads, a lot of different roads, army and family, and living here and living there, and experiencing all these things that I've done. But it's weird. I've came back, and I'm a teacher. So it all, if you put your mind to it, just don't perseverance again.
Just have an open mind and as to where life takes you.
Don't give up.
And never give up. Never give up.
So, and that's the thing, having a life plan is different from each person. There's a life plan for somebody in Gordon. they might want to do something different than, somebody 5 miles up the road. So that's the thing, is that you don't have to fall into that, like the herd of cattle, I'm going, we live in a country that you're free to pretty much do whatever you want within the legal limits of the law. You step outside of that, that's a different story. But life plan: go to college, get a job, have a family. That's the American dream.
So I think those are pretty good. Like when they interviewed George W. Bush, the younger one. It's like the first thing he said was take care of yourself, take care of your body, and then help somebody. It could be anybody. Like right now, like I always like to help my grandson, Braylon, because he, that age they really learn, they absorb. His G always talks to him in Lakota, and I think help your grandchildren or your children, and Lakota way, because I think that's really important today, the Lakota language and the Lakota way. And the other one is like don't be an old grumpy old guy. Be happy.
Be happy, right?
And be happy to be like. When you're grumpy like that, it's not really like if I'm sitting in a house grumpy and mean, and it's not good.
Kind of an example of that would be Harmon Killebrew, the baseball player that recently passed yesterday.
Yeah. It's
74 years old. That's the average age of life expectancy in the United States, but he had cancer, and he goes, I'm not taking the chemotherapy. I'm done with that stuff. Mm-hmm. But he was still upbeat for the longest time. Here's a guy that knew, he was going home, but he didn't. He kept talking to people.
Yeah.
This is what you have to do. He was still talking baseball with all these people.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, it's a kind of an example. I can't give advice to anybody about, being an elder or anything like that. But it's very rare that I'll come across an elder that doesn't want to share something with me.
Mm-hmm.
The one, especially Lakota elder. The Lakota elder that I've ran into, always wanting to tell me some type of story.
Yeah.
Something, and it's always about our culture.
Yep.
I can name 3 or 4 instances last week even. I've been lucky with the Lakota elders that I've been around. They're willing to open up, ask them a question. I don't get a gruff answer, or they're grumpy or anything like that. No, they have a voice too, and they want to be heard. So, that's just my perspective that I kind of got lucky.
And then this life plan. It's good to have a life plan, but you could be surprised, like he said, or you could be disappointed. You never know what. But then if you have an open mind, and wherever life takes you.
That's where
do the
it goes.
Best you can.
Because that's 2 certainties.
Yeah.
You will find success. You will find disappointment. Those are facts. We wouldn't be human if we didn't have a balance. If my life was just honey and roses, there wouldn't be no fun. I mean, without the discipline.
The one that I always share is, whatever you do, make yourself an expert at it.
Yeah.
A professional. Whatever you do in your life. Like if you work as a teacher, if you work as like Herc, or just make yourself an expert at that. Whatever you're doing.
Right.
And then if you move on to another one, make yourself an expert at that position again. So that's I think those are pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I was looking at that, and that I was reading this magazine. That's why I wasn't here on May 4th.
Reading that magazine. Preparing.
Yeah. But I had to be there because I watched my body, but then I took the wrong step. And you never know.
That's disappointment right
there.
Yeah. You had successful with one step and disappointment with the next.
Well, we do have a story here, and it's about Iktomi. So this Iktomi, whenever we tell a Iktomi story, it's a Ohunkanka. Now, Ohunkanka, a long time ago, Ohunkanka stories are only told after dark.
Right.
Maybe they're inside a teepee or maybe they're sitting outside somewhere, and the elder usually tells them a story.
Yep.
And then this story will teach the children. They will teach them something.
Life lesson.
Yeah, a life lesson. Yep. So tonight we're going to bring you a Ohunkanka story. Lichtato ki Ohunkanka woyak unkato. Anach chui moyash ni sajash. Lena lehan tueni hitchos. Lehan le Ohunke le lila och anko. Omna lehan ihani le takuku woichunkelena extrashunka. We forget some of the things that were done in the past. So this is so we bring you these stories, and we have a gentleman out there right now as we are talking. He is recording this session, so we want to thank you for doing this every Wednesday. And the story is called Iktomi Sees His Reflection. Iktomi ke wa ingala kakap.
Sees his reflection.
Yeah.
Iktomi sees his reflection. And I'll do it in English, and Lakshi Brian will do it in Lakota.
And then remember, we always say that you will be doing the Lakota.
Pretty soon. Right. That's also funny. Not really funny, but like today, not to call out mistakes or anything like that, but I did. I looked at that. I can see some of these words. I ask you probably 10 times a day, and by that even, that the word, some of these words are stressed differently and mean different things. Mm-hmm. But I can, I'm getting there as far as reading a complete page, which is amazing. And that's why I was thinking about Paha the other day.
Yeah.
That's that's pretty cool. So, but I'll do it in English today.
Mm-hmm.
So, Iktomi sees his reflection. Long ago, Iktomi crawled out of his den in a hillside on a fine, beautiful day and decided to take a walk. At the bottom of the hill, he came to a pond with sparkling blue water. He lay down on his stomach at the edge to take a drink. Suddenly, a face appeared below him, a familiar face, mimicking everything he did. If Iktomi raised his eyebrows, the face in the pond did the same. After several moments, he realized the face was his. Iktomi spent the rest of the day admiring his reflection. After the sun went down, he returned to his den. The next morning, the wind was blowing as Iktomi arrived at the pond, and he was dismayed to find that his reflection in the water was distorted. As the day went on, the wind blew harder, and Iktomi's image in the water did not improve. Angry and confused, he stomped home. Bright and early the next day, he awoke to a cold, rainy day. Nevertheless, he hurried to the pond. The reflection he saw in the water was nothing more than a shadow. Confused, he trudged back to his den. The following day, the rain had stopped, but dark clouds filled the sky. Iktomi saw his reflection in the pond, but it was a dark and angry face. He was about to slink away in anger when he heard laughter. Fox was giggling at Iktomi's confusion. The fox explained, or tried to explain, that the images were different because of the wind, the rain, and the dark clouds. But Iktomi didn't listen. choosing instead to hang on to his anger and confusion. He never could figure out which of the reflections in the pond was really him. And the source from this is from the book Walking with Grandfather by Joseph Marshall III.
Le Lakota oblakin on toksa iwongala kakten kan le iktomi wangala kapi. Yani iktomi ke toki pahagala ukhlok angel tina tseje. Li la petwa washtekapi. Zatoki money hiana tseje. In kan pahakile agala money hiana. Kuta kamani hiena watoha yukha belewa yake wata beleki uyakpela tkhwela yake ta elina ha elblaska yukina maniatka na toki iglusta na kuta ke to spa ya hanu ganahla ka tokiske wichite wawake Uchite wanka chadila aitachpa. Istachyan peke ha ilchanchan ka is agluchanchan. Tahechlo wankpa han khan le yecha wangala ke abalez. Sa iktomi hena toki dila in manaswa stage la ka seja. Wangala kpa. Watohan wana wiki kuchela kacha hekta ke aki. Le ukhlok antiga hihani kiel akei chana kiktana toke ake wangela kintacha kuta kya ina wana menel yumkina oyash heampe tuki khate ki wastela kalu wana le mening hechia ina ha wangela Wangela kan khanti khate cha meniki ha wajla hishne cha wangela kas ata chetushne toki chana chete chi meniki ha toki khate cha toki henna khpa as gal khate ke lila toki iwaste gala lila kalu aya Ata iktomi wangala kekele. Gas ata sicha ay. Kai glutsa zeka. Hekta ka mani kile. Sa zeka gle. Aki hianel in kikta. Kikta na ha as hean petu kins osnina ha magaj. Waya sechna kutai. Toki ake wangala kachincha. Wana yumkina ha wangala kas ata tagni wanko kisne chin khatena osnina magaj tagni wankis tadila yukcha na hekta ke aki to yumkina ke hian nikhtia ke kiktana ha akmining hetsia I ha magajusne oyash han makhpia Tagni wakita wa tagni wank pichas. Sa iktomi wanglake le menikil as le chi makhpia na tagni wank pichas sa to ki wa wanglako kis sa ki glutsa zek. Glutsa zek na wani yankta to kiske tuwa I khat anakh. You can't lay Sigmanitu gets her one pa and etc. So, Ukiaka Iktoe Tuhoni le Maraju na Hatena Mahpia Hecha le Troktogie Wanigala Keloe. Whereas iktomi atas anaruptas. Hechana chant zeg. Na atas duenya anaruptas. Tukteon jicha ieki. Tuktemas ji cha ieki he sulkish. Rachit. Ale washitya as na moral of the story up. Hetan taku cha kablas up. Istakun wons be hetum kichum he. Le iktomi خوش ل تخوگی وانگلا که کله بنا و خوش مشتن منی وانگلا که هنتا یت وانگلا کنت نه و استیج لکنت اما غاج هنتا تخوگ چکت نه تخاته هنتا تخوگ چکت so in the book, it says, moral of the story, how do we live in two worlds? Now, I wonder what they, what do you...
how do we live in two worlds? A sense of self-identity. It says, that people and circumstances would continuously try to change my sense of identity. Okay, people and circumstances. Okay, that's the wind.
The wind and the
rain.
You're
talking about the wind, the rain, the clouds, dark and angry. People and circumstances. If you're having a good day, people, maybe knowingly, maybe not knowingly, will try to. Cause dissension and purposely, maybe not on purpose, but that's just how some people are sometimes. But would continuously try to change my sense of identity. And that's feelings, being Lakota, whatever. And then the best and only way to face that is to remember who I am.
Yes.
Okay. Who I am. I'm Lakota, and I should be in a good mood, instead of letting others, maybe be clouds or be rain or be wind. Know who you are, know your situations. Don't let people try to change who you are or how you feel at that time or any time. Because sometimes how you feel one minute can go with you for months. And if we don't know who and what we are, we'll likely react like Iktomi, and when the reflection of ourselves gives us changes now and then, react like Iktomi. Personally, I've done that in a very profound way, like, within the last 2 weeks, where I let others change me.
Yeah.
For no reason at all. Just because I had it in my head that I would let others, that's weak mind at that time. And everybody, that happens to everybody. But the thing is you have to know who you are, sense of self-identity. If you're a strong person, then something like that should not bring you down or drag you down or whatever. That's kind of what I'm getting at it. And this is, unless we are aware that there is a basic core to who and what we are, we will see only the image that others see us as. Basically who we are, who and what we are. If we let others change us, then that will cause us to be angry, frightened, and confused.
Yep.
Just like Iktomi. And it could be the weather, it could be personal situations, family situations, job situations. Angry, frightened, and confused. And all those lead to the other. There's no way around that. And then there's some bullets here that say, process of assimilation into another, the language, way of life, and adapting to change. Those are almost answers right there.
Yeah.
In a way. The way of life, that's you can go back to that. That's something that's basic. That's something that's your core. The language, that's something that's not my core yet, but I know I have it in me. Adapting to change, That's one of the biggest ones right there. Adapting to change. That you're smart enough to know that all this other craziness going on around you, that you have to know who you are. And a lot of that is keeps basic core. My basic core is Lakota. That I have. I represent. Relatives that came before me. Adapting to change. I have it a lot easier now than what they probably had it 150 years ago. Talk about adapting to change. Adapting to change is new bed sheets or a new pillowcase. That's adapting to change. That's not really life profound. That's changing my life. Small things adapting to change. The weather, jobs, family situations. Ryan. New child. Those are big. Those are real big.
Yeah.
Process of assimilation into another.
He told me when he saw himself when it was sun was bright, the water was still. So he sees himself as Ikto. But then when the rain came, then the wind came, then what's that word? Distortion.
Yep.
And it's gonna move. So then it makes him mad. It kind of changes his image. So now, like I think you mentioned that like tomorrow morning is graduation at 10. So we get all dressed up and go in there at 8:30. And then you run into someone in the hallway, and that person is mad or upset. Then it might change your image. It might change your, and you might be upset too. Or it might just ruin your whole day.
Right.
So I think in here it says just be yourself. Know who you are. And know where you come from.
Basic core.
That's really important. Well, it's 6 o'clock now, and I want to thank all the listeners for listening to KILI Radio and KILI Storytelling Hour. And next week we'll bring another story, maybe another. We have one here that we don't have time, so maybe we can do that. And I want to thank all the listeners out there, and if you're going home, drive slow. There's construction out there, and maybe that construction will change your image. Just relax and be yourself.
Look at them. That's Ikto standing out there. That's Ikto running those machines out there, so let them be. But I'd like to thank Hercules, KILI Radio, the great Lakota Nation, all my friends and family out there in Manderson and Whitehorse Creek and all over Pine Ridge. It's been an honor to be up here and have my voice heard. I really enjoy this, and I love these stories. I've held on to all these stories since I've been here. So, but this is the top 2 or 3 stories that I have. So, and, and I hope somebody got something out of them. That's the best part. That this changes somebody's view as it's changed mine. So, but thank you, Hercules. I really appreciate it. So,
Pilawiapalo.
Dokshake.